Restoration is brought to you by
Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Yes, extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
We got yes protection.
Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Flavor and taste.
Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix.
It is amazing to come your way. This is Restoration with Stacy, and we're brought to you by Kind Ketsy, Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people, Yas washing powder and Yas sanitary pad, Hoochcon, and Choco Flakes Stanners located on the Boundary Road, East Legon, ABS Lux Line, Zesuza Catering Services, Tinaj Beauty, and France Photography.
Tomato mix. Ofa kakra. Na ye bebre. Fa kakra yan kwani stew dodo a ope.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. The steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup, and it doesn't color your meat or chicken.
Tasty Tom tomato mix inti. Me handwriting and sada. Then na ne dia sa net into customers bar never.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month? Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort. I got yes, confidence. I got yes.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi, is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got yes, confidence. I got
Yes.
we got yes, protection. I got
Yas extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
we got yes, protection.
Tasty Tom tomato mix. Ofa kakra. Na ye bebre. Fa kakra yan kwani stew dodo a ope.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. The steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup, and it doesn't color your meat or chicken.
Tasty Tom tomato mix inti. Me handwriting and sada. Then na ne dia sa net into customers bar never.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, my best customers in here. Yes, baby.
Honey, men wash you away, but to take away aba.
He's eating out again. Nancy, me trying tasting kuyi. Nyakra. Mami ma new fella.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder.
Tasty Tom. Add the new seasoning powders about chicken, stew, jollof, shrimp, beef, udi edriani anete. And more natural aroma. Shamankasa. The way it enhances the natural aroma. It no be small.
So see new season powder if it Tasty Tom there. I trust them.
And there is no staining of fish, meat, or chicken. Delicious meals all the time. Why do you make it just stop? Me need those.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder. Ooh.
New aroma.
New taste.
This is a new taste from Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Flavor and taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Wait, your tomato mix. Wouldn't so one on pass. Still loud, what tomato flavor no? No color changing like traffic light. Devia cocoa, come on.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. The steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup.
Taste no so dear. On point. Flavor new.
And it doesn't color your meat or chicken. I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is
people, so they don't see you as one of them. And don't be far away from the people, so your voice is not that audible enough for them to hear you. Therefore, being in the middle, where you are reachable to God and approachable by the people.
Wow, that's good. How are you doing?
I'm very fine by God's grace. And how are you?
I'm blessed.
Amen.
And more blessed to have you join us today.
Amen.
I just want to know, out of curiosity, where did you grow up and how was growing up for you?
Okay, I grew up in Kumasi. That was where I was born and bred. And I really love the name of the program, Restoration. And I think I can really relate to it. So I'm a last born to my parents. I come from a polygamous home where my dad had a lot of wives. I grew up in a big house with a lot of people. And I started my primary and JSS and all that in only one school. Okay. I was privileged. I wouldn't say I came from a very humble background, but I think I came from a place where education was well supported. So I had a very good educational background, right from primary to JSS, from Modern International at Asqua. Then I went further to Opokuwari School.
Oh, what?
Where, yes.
What's your number?
My number is AY260.
Hey!
And I was the Protestant president.
Wow.
Which is more of like Scripture Union president to other schools. So that was where life began. But I became a Christian. Yes, I was going to church with my parents, but I believe it has to get to a point where you have a personal encounter with Christ. So I became a Christian on the 8th of February, 1996.
That's my birthday.
Wow.
8th of February is my birthday.
Really interesting.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, also for my birthday, have to come and sow a seed.
Wow.
No, this time I'm not coming to sow the seed because my birthday saved you.
Interesting.
Into my birthday, so for you have to come and sow a seed.
Wow, wow.
But, like I was saying, my birthday, me pema.
Yes.
But
who background story? Matthias. So I was coming from school, and my very good friend. It looks like there's a lot of coincidence. He was also called Henry Amwate Tufo.
Wow.
So,
producer, are you marking? Wow.
The father had a big house and had rented, I think, an apartment to a pastor. Mm-hmm. So after school, the pastor called us and he was preaching to us. We were very young, but I could feel that he was talking to me.
Yeah.
So I took a lot of things in. Then after, I went back to him to make a lot of inquiries and ask a lot of questions. So after that, he prayed for me. I cried, and I had some confidence in me at that time. Yeah. And since that day, that was during JSS time, I managed to gather students, and I think after about 6 months, I managed to gather about 200 students.
Wow.
We were meeting at Amankwetia School, which is around Lobito area. And we were meeting every Saturday after Saturday classes. And by God's grace, a lot of people were
at
saved
that young age.
At that very young age. So, we followed this man for a very long time. And I must say, I don't regret even a single day for making that decision. And he's been good. That's why I said the restoration, I love it, because I think how I see restoration is that it is more of losing something and God bringing it back in a double fold. He makes it even better, which I think in the course of our discussion, I will be able to deliberate more on it. So, so from Opokuwari, I ended up at Legon, University of Ghana.
And how was Opokuwari? Because Opokuwari is a very prominent boys' school. And A&M, 1 year with me, stubborn kakra. How are you able to keep that balance, to be grounded with the things of God and eventually become who you are today?
I think one thing that I got to understand at that very young age was, if you let people get to know what you stand for, number one, you are able to curtail yourself in a way where you stand right for what you stand for. So I had that at the back of my mind from that age. So I remember that very day I got to Opokuwari. It was during the time there was a lot of doomsor at that time. So on that very day I got to Opokuwari campus, I started preaching from room to room. Hey. So from Form 1, I was known by everyone. Everyone was calling me Osofo.
So now we are dom to dom.
Yes. So I think that even gave me some privileges not to be doing some of these
because
menial
you
jobs
had
that
to,
form ones were.
and once you were also preaching, you had to walk your talk
Exactly.
and be as disciplined and
Exactly.
principled
Exactly.
as you could.
Exactly. So that helped me to, walk well in line with school policies and in line with the things of God. So I am, so Opokuare, I think I would say it was a ground which prepared me for ministry and for evangelistic work, because that was what I did. But aside that, I also made sure I did well academically, because I was also ensuring I don't disappoint my parents. So I was very, very, I was very serious with my academics as well. Because I believed at that tender age, I believed that although I love to do the work of God, I learned a lot for myself not to be a burden on church. So whilst I was doing ministry and all that, I was also focused on my academics, so I become somebody prominent in the future, so that when I am preaching, I believe I don't want to preach only from Bible, but I want to also preach from experience, so that when I'm telling somebody that God will bless you, they will understand and believe that
You
God
would
can
be a
bless
living
someone.
example.
A living example. So at that very age, I was very focused on my academics. And Opokuai, there are a lot of smart guys. So if you don't, and during our time, they were at the end of every term, they were pasting our results on the board. So you can't be your software. You are telling people God will do it.
Now you got results,
No worry. So I was very, very, serious with my academics as well. And I stood during that time. One quotation which helped me was Daniel chapter 1, verse 8. He said that, and Daniel decided to not defile himself with the king's meat. So I ensured whilst others are jumping wall to go to the club, whilst others are going. In fact, I remember during those times, during Interco, I was with a lot of students. We were sharing leaflets, preaching at Kumasi Sports Stadium. Yeah. No. We were talking about Christ to the people, and I'm very glad that I did all this when I was young, and I think it's made my foundation very firm. Yeah.
Moving from Owas to Legon, that is moving from a territory that is so comfortable for you. That is home.
Yeah.
But this time you were leaving the comfort of your home to a town that was new to you. How did you navigate being
In fact, let me chip in this funny thing. You know, when I got to Legon, I remember I called my mom and said, "Hey, Bonsam Jembe in Mabe," because I was at that time, seeing a lot of students opposite say like we are arguing no inside that way. It was very strange to me. Yeah, it was very strange to me. I remember I called my mom, and she says it up till now. That, hey, what kinds of friend? He said, I felt so uncomfortable, So some of the challenges were that. And the second thing too was, I think it was my first time coming to Accra as well. So it was all more of homesick, last born, missing my mom, missing my family, and coming to this strange place.
You were alone, you have to cook for yourself, fend for yourself.
Sharing room with about 8 people. It was very difficult initial stages, but I knew the reason why I was there is to get a good grade, get a good class, and also is to also build network and build myself for ministry as well. So it was quite difficult, very difficult. And during that time, there was no Momo, there was nothing of that sort. So if you need money, your parents have to send it to Ford. You have to go to Ford to
take your money.
Yeah, so it was very challenging. But one thing that also helped was I associated myself with the right people. I think I forgot to mention that my entire background was Anglican. I was a mass server. During JSA, I was the National Anglican Youth Prayer Secretary back in. So when I came to Legon, I did likewise. I joined NOAS. And because my background is also music, I got the privilege to be a music director for one of the biggest choirs on campus.
Wow.
That was from level 200. So I was very engaged with academics, engaged with ministry, with music, and all that. So I think it's one of the things that helped me. If it was more of I was dormant and concentrating on maybe only ministry or only academics, it would have been difficult for me. Yeah. So that was how life was at Legon at that time. Tough, scary, but interesting and
But you survived.
Rewarding. Yes, I survived.
That's what is important, the survival. Leaving Legon to face the world. That is when you have a reality check. How was leaving school for you?
Leaving school, I would say I had a big decision to make during my final year. Because I had two offers. One was to travel outside the country, which I had an offer from a church outside the country to be their music director. And at the same time, too, one of my good friends who had already taken the lead and was working with City FM, Benadavle.
Okay.
So the wife, may her soul rest in peace, was also a good friend and told me about an opportunity there as well. And number three was because of how active I was on campus, I was more into sponsorship for our programs. So it was during the time that I had an encounter with one man who at that point had only a printing press. I mean, like printing posters for churches, for programs and all that. So which I could have gotten the opportunity also to work there. So I had to choose between these three. And I felt my heart bent more towards ministry. So I took the option to travel outside the country, which I joined the man of God and served as his music director. So immediately after school and after service, I had that opportunity, which I traveled and was working for the church and obviously doing some part-time jobs as well, which was not easy. At times, I mean, it was a 12-hour shift with Sainsbury's, where these white people, unfortunately, were putting me at where the chiller. I mean, you have to, it was very horrible. And at times I would just go to the toilet, be in the toilet room and be said, God, when will this end? I mean, and the truth of the matter is that when I was at Opokuare, my mom will come on campus, pick my dirty clothes, take them home.
Yeah.
They will wash and bring it back to me. But this is the case. I have traveled and I have to do everything on my own. I did not know how to cook. So the only food that I got taught to cook on phone was egg stew and rice.
And you made stew at church.
We did almost every day.
Wow.
You know, so it was tough traveling outside the country. And I think I got a good pastor at that point. And I always say that those that go ahead of you can either make you or unbreak you. Yeah, or on make or break you. So this pastor, I was there and he brought some newspapers to me and he said, look, the British Army is recruiting. So why don't you try your luck there?
You never know.
I was like, but I came to serve you. And he said, no. I mean, the fact that you are here to serve me, it does not mean I don't have to help you to be a better person.
Does not mean I should enslave you.
Exactly. So he encouraged me. Initially, I was a bit scared because that was when Afghanistan and Iraq was
So the
heightened.
moment you heard army, you're thinking bombs, guns.
Yes. So, after a couple of days of deliberation, I decided to take up the challenge and see how it goes. And I remember when I told my mom about this, she was like, "You are going to die." I mean, but I took that bold step to join the army. And I went through some processes, which fortunately I got the opportunity to be enrolled to study in one of their base schools called Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineering, where I studied electrical and mechanical engineering to become an engineer in the army. So when that happened, but prior to that, God did something beautiful. I remember when I went for the interview and assessment, I looked around and I realized that particular batch they were recruiting at that time, I was the only black person amongst them. And that put a bit of fear in me. But one quotation which always keeps me going, the Philippians, it says that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So that keeps me going all the time, that you can do this, Kwadwo. You can make this happen. So we sat down, they brought the exam papers, we wrote, and after a couple of hours, one of the commanders came on and said, "Who is this person?" And I raised my hand. He said, "It's me." And he came to greet me. And he said, "Congratulations." I said, "Why?" He said, "Out of all the people here, you had the highest mark." And I was like, "God, truly you said it, that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." And that quotation, it does not really mean that only about the lack side of your life, but it talks about whether you are poor, whether you are rich, whether you are happy, whether you are sad, whether you have strength or you are weak. No matter which group that you belong to, you can still do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So it means if you are rich, you can do it. If you are poor, you can do it. So that, it's one of my energies which keeps me going. So so after that, I was enrolled and I started the training. And it was tough, the running, the shooting, because you have to be a soldier before your profession. So you have to learn how to run, how to carry a 20-kilo bag and all this. So it was very tough. 20-kilo bag with a rifle, gun, with your bottle of water, going for 8-mile tab. It was very tough. And I remember during my final assessment, just about 500 yards into the 8 miles, I fell. And I was bleeding on my knee. But I said no. He says I should always look at the finish line. So I'll keep going. I kept going and I excelled. Then I left, I was posted, and I ended up again in a regiment, which I was the only black guy there as well. And they were looking for someone they can push and support to go to Canada. So I got the opportunity and they sent me to Canada at that point, the British Army had outsourced some technical vehicle to Germans, which they had designed there, and they needed some British soldiers to train to work on that. It was called Panther. So I had the privilege to be among the people who were taken to Canada, Sandhurst, Suffield, to learn how to operate that vehicle. So I was there for about 1.5 years, learning, developing the skill, which by God's grace, I did very well. Then just getting to the latter part of the whole thing for me to come back home to my family, there was this vehicle to call Challenger 2, which I was working on. And whilst I was working on the Charlie too, I tripped and I fell off the tank. And that was like your whole dreams and visions of life being shattered. I fell off. I was rushed in. Scans were done. Then at that point, results came and I was told, you have broken 3 discs in your lower back.
Please hold that thought. You're not all the way through, but I'm actually feeling some way. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll come back to that. What?
Tomato mix. Ofa kakra. Na ye bebre. Fa kakra yan kwan ni stew dodo a ope.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. The steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup, and it doesn't color your meat or chicken.
Tasty Tom tomato mix inti. Me handwriting and sada. Sena ne dene bia sa net here. Into customers bar never.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month? Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort, I got. Yes, confidence, I got. Yes.
The new Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got. Yes, confidence, I got.
Yes.
We got yes protection, I got.
Yas Extra Long Sanitary Pad for extra comfort.
We got yes protection.
Tasty Tom tomato mix. Ofa kakra. Na ye bebre. Fa kakra yan kwan ni stew dodo a ope.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. The steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup, and it doesn't color your meat or chicken.
Tasty Tom tomato mix inti. Me handwriting and sada. Sena ne dene bia sa net here. Into customers bar never.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, my best customers in here. Yes, baby.
Honey, men wash you away, but to take away aba.
He's eating out again. Not saying me trying to taste in kuyi. Nya kra. Mama ma new fella.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder.
Tasty Tom. Add the new seasoning powders about chicken, stew, jollof, shrimp, beef, udiye aduane anete. And more natural aroma. Shamankasa. The way it enhances the natural aroma. It no be small.
So see new season powder if it tasty Tom there. I trust them.
And there is no staining of fish, meat, or chicken. Delicious meals all the time. Where do you go to just stop? Me need those.
Tasty Tom seasoning powder. Ooh.
New aroma.
New taste.
This is a new taste from Tasty Tom new seasoning powder.
But
Maybe I'm not for anyway. Tasty Tom new seasoning powder. Flavor and taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Wait, your tomato mix. Wouldn't so one on pass. Still loud. What tomato flavor no? No color changing like traffic lights. Devia cocoa, come on.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. The steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup.
Taste not so dear. On point.
flavor new.
And it doesn't color your meat or chicken. I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Castro again, oh, featuring Baby Jet, EBK, what do this BTO?
Teflon suit, intentional luxury. It's worth the hype.
We are back on, no, that's where you're back on, no. We are back on, no, that's where you're back on, no.
Asamoah Baby Jet, Ghana Mama who offend, break the first. No repeat, no surrender. Mama feteke, and say Yakuma. Linda, Barbara, Monica, Jessica, Pamela, Sarah, Gift in a diner. Mudina, come on, Muyo go out. Asamoah Muyo go out.
Baby, you they make my mind just cut down.
Ghana girl, come on, move off it. And the dead, them for you get it. Baby Jessie, Sana, Asamoah Sana, open.
Now I'm taking over, make no wonder why. My baby so fly, make no ask me why. Cause she keep me going, oh my motivate. My love, my love, my love, my love, my love. Send me a muye and sana,
Wait, your tomato mix. Wouldn't so one umpa still loud with tomato flavor no. No color changing like traffic light. Come on.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. The steak and little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup.
Taste no so dear. On point. Flavor new.
And it doesn't color your meat or chicken. I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. I'm sure most of you are having the chills I'm having. Because for you to even trip over a stone is something, and you trip from a car, that can actually affect 3 discs in your back. That's awesome. Now I'm kind of say,
Yes. But I think out of every situation BI you go through now, Nyame AUC number 1. So that when someone else is going through similar thing, you being a preacher, you'll be able to tell the person that God did it for me and he can do it for you. Obviously, I'm a human being. So I felt like my whole dreams
have shattered.
Of climbing high in the army was just shattered. I was brought back to UK. Then after about a year of physios, I used crutches, I sat in a wheelchair, I did all that, and finally, I received a letter that because you are unfit, you've been discharged.
No way.
From the army. So, yeah, sorry. It was tough. That was the point. I don't know, maybe you are watching me and sometimes you feel like in your situation you have been crying to God, you've been praying to him, and it seems God is silent. Especially when others are testifying of what God has done for them. And you look at yourself, Lord, I've served you from my childhood. I have worked in church. I did not smoke. I've never tasted alcohol ever in my life, even up to today. So why God?
Why me?
And at that point, it seems God is silent. But I believe in the silence of God, he is working something out. I got discharged, yes. And life has to start all afresh again.
All over again.
That is the reason why I said I can really relate well to restoration. In Joel, he says, the days that I can't come back from 14 shall be restored back unto you. So, I was discharged from the army. Life had to start afresh. And obviously, with my background, there are some things that I can't do. So I had to then re-strategize. Obviously, as per the leadings of God and as per what I enjoy doing. So I decided to go back to school. And I had to do a course which, at this point, more of reading. So I ended up reading social work. And from University of West of England. And it was still tough because especially, let me come back to the back issue.
Yeah.
And how God gave me a miracle. How God restored me. A lot of options came up from the consultants that their biggest was to go for a surgery. And we were told, anybody who knows about it will tell you that going for a disc surgery is a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, you might end up in a wheelchair.
You might end up in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. So then I said, no, I'm not going for that. Then something dropped in my spirit regarding Lazarus and her sisters. Yeah. You see, he had been in the tomb for 4 days. Yeah. And as per the Jewish culture, they believe that if you die within the 3 days, something can happen. Yeah. But after the 3rd day, you are embalmed. Yeah. They take all the decayable things from your body. So that means if Lazarus was in for 4 days, then on that 4th day, he did not have kidneys. Yeah. There were no lungs. There were no intestines. But when Jesus came and he spoke a word, Lazarus came out. He came out. And the only thing that man could do at that point was to unwrap him. So when I saw that revelation, I said, God, Lazarus's wasn't there, but mine is only broken. Yeah. So you can fix it. I prayed with this. I cried with this. And miraculously, I don't know how it happened, because if we understand God, he ceases to be God. I don't know how it happened, but I suddenly began to feel well. My back was doing well. I could do a bit of run, a bit of walk, and now I can even play football. In the church, I am the best footballer, you know. So
I can hear some people laughing. Are they doubting you?
They don't too. They saw the goal I scored in our just recent match.
that is suspicious laughter.
So in fact, I got healed. I don't know how it happened. God just healed me. And that was when I was also studying my social work. So during social work, you do a year of placement. And at that point, I discovered that I have this soft spot and a passion for adults with learning disabilities and autism. So my project work, I actually wrote on how teenage parents with learning disabilities can be supported to take care of their own children instead of the government always taking the children away from them. So I had I had that passion for, and one beautiful thing I always loved to see was to see them smile. I loved it. So I decided to branch more into learning disability autism, which I moved further and wanted to do my PhD in healthcare, but more to do of a research with autism and learning disabilities. During this period, like I said, we serve a living God. I remember when I did my placement, when it was ending, the director of the council, say, let's say a regional thing, if it's Ghana, she approached me and said, do you want to work for me? And I said, yes. And she said, if you want to work for me, I will give you a golden handshake. And right there, I remember she called the accounts team and she put £8,000 into my account because at that point, other councils were also trying to lobby me to work for them. So she did that to cripple me to stay with her.
It's a Canada to account to my watch.
So during my time there, she gave me a role as a peripatetic social worker. We gave me the opportunity to work in all the various departments and develop the skill. So that was when I came to the realization that if I have developed all these skills, then it's important to go solo. So I sat with her, spoke with her that, look, I have a passion, I should start my own company. And she agreed that I should go. Then I started a company called Family Support Care Limited, which was solely to support vulnerable adults with learning disabilities, autism, dementia, Parkinson. And that is what I started doing from 2017. And I must say, I don't regret that I chose that path. However, alongside that, I was still doing ministry. I started my first church in the UK. That was in 2009.
Okay.
That was when I started my church. And it was more of a military-based church because I was more in the barracks area. So I was doing that alongside army. And when I came out of the army, I was doing church again alongside
your social work.
My social work and starting my own company. So I have always that belief that, and I think those who know me, my sons who follow me and are with me, that I believe since God has, in all humility, blessed us with a little thing, I believe in preaching. I just come there to preach. And my boys all know that you are warned if I take you anywhere and they give you money and you take. We don't take money. We just go in there to work.
Service.
Yes. We'll go with our own food. We'll book our own hotel. We'll do our own thing and come back. So, and I believe that covenant that I had with God also helped me. I mean, discipline me. And he keeps blessing what we do aside ministry. So I'm one of the people that believe that, especially with our current dispensation, the dynamics are different, things are changing, and it will be quite difficult in full time and you don't have anything that is pushing you to keep you going.
How do you even cater for the flock God has given you?
Exactly. Because in our church, every Sunday or Wednesday, there's a big queue. It's more of school fees. Some we have set up with businesses. Some we've put into some trade or in a vocational skill, just to develop everyone. Because I believe church, if you come to church, you have to be transformed. Yeah. And the transformation shouldn't be only spiritual. Okay. It has to reflect in the physical as well. So back to UK. I mean, I'm taking you in and out, Ghana, UK. So, yes, church was doing well, company doing well as well. And I decided that it's time to come back home. So this was a decision I made during COVID. So it was, I came down to Ghana, and my wife actually found a land which we said, I think this will be good for ministry. So before we came to Ghana to start our church, we built the church secretly. I mean, with the little that God has blessed us with. So the church building was already
there. You were not now coming to raise funds.
No. It was there before we started. And God has been good to us. And again, along the way, whilst we were doing this, and again back to restoration, my wife went in to do hysterectomy. And the doctor perforated her bowel. And she had sepsis. And apparently, according to them, when such things happen, you should die within 24 hours or even less. But within 48 hours, they still kept her at the hospital. Until later, they realized it's getting out of hand. And they took her to a bigger hospital. She did a scan and they realized it is sepsis. And she was rushed to theater. They cut her open for about 2 months. And she was in coma. And on the 19th of March, it was 19th of March, the consultants told me that she won't make it to the 20th. So I should agree for them to take the life support of her. And I said, no. I believe in a God who can restore us. And that was the point. I asked God a lot of questions. In fact, I got to a point, I said, God, if you let this woman die, I'll sell the church. Because
there is no testimony if it happens.
So she was in hospital for all this while for 4 months. For 5 months. And whilst they were trying to save her life, she lost her fingers.
How?
Because apparently some of the antibiotics couldn't get to her veins. So it all turned very black. And she lost all her fingers. And this is a woman who loves to do all this.
Her manicure.
Imagine. And it was tough. I felt, why have I served you for all these years? And why do you pay us back this way? God, why? And again, during this time, you are crying to God, but he's silent. Yeah. And that is the point where you are right next to your wife at the hospital, and someone is also calling you for prayers on your phone. And you hear people testify, oh, I went for surgery and by God's grace, I'm back.
So the prayer worked.
But this was different. I saw her lie down. And because they had said she would die, I decided not to leave her side. I was at the hospital, stood by her for about 7 days, and I even forgot that I've not had a shower. I've not changed my shirt. I've not done anything. And I remember those times I cried to God. And I was playing this song a lot. Asem to me how ba me swa. Minyo kama for. Minyo bua for ba kufwe meni da swasa. Ti obua for kwanchre for oni biadan for. Enyanka nyinere. Boy, maybe because I was weak. Then after 2 months, one day, she opened her eyes.
Wow.
And she asked me, what am I doing here? And I said, baby, we'll talk about this later. And the doctor said, this is a miracle. Because, in all honesty, for them, they had given up. Mm-hmm. They thought nothing was going to happen.
So they were just keeping her for your sake.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So, we've been through a lot in life. So I always tell, and at some time I let my members see the vulnerability side of me as well. That at times, to be honest, we're telling people that God will do it. But deep within me, I don't believe in myself because of what I'm going through. Time you are lying down, you are looking at the ceiling, and you wish tomorrow never comes. Or God, take me away before tomorrow comes. That was how difficult it was. But again, He restored my wife, brought her back to life. Yes, the fingers were gone, but she still has
You had
life.
her?
And was in the hospital for 5 good months. ICU for 2.5 months.
That's almost a year of your life.
Yes. That is the point where at times you'll be lying on a bed. I'll turn and she's not lying down because her mobility was very limited. Mm-hmm. And you go in the bathroom and she sat there crying. God, why? Why me? Why? But thanks to my father, my spiritual father, Reverend Dr. Frank Ofuswapia.
Oh, that's my father.
Wow. And my father
He's such an amazing
is
man.
a father.
He's an amazing man.
The therapy he's been taking her through is amazing. He's only, he's a father who will look for us. I remember when we were at the hospital, the 5 months, I would say maybe he missed just about 3 or 4 days that he could not call. But he was calling
consistently
us every day. And, you know, at times the enemy plays with our mind. Yeah. That's why the scripture says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through the pulling down of stronghold, which is talking about here. So Papa was calling, we'll check up, we'll call her, do some therapy with her and all that.
Make her laugh.
Yes. Yeah. And slowly, she came out of the woods and began to accept. Because at the point of where the acceptance comes in, that's when restoration begins. Yeah. So she accepted, look, this is the situation.
Let me make the best out
of it. Then, at that point, we decided that I think it's time for us to also, like I said, come back home. Yeah. So, we decided that, again, because we love ministry and we want to be in Ghana, we want to also establish some businesses in Ghana to keep us going because we don't want to be a burden to the church. So, by the grace of God, we started McFord Group of Companies. And the Mac is my wife's name, Margaret. I felt I need to honor her by putting her name on all our companies. So we have McFord Parlor, which is a restaurant. Okay. We have the McFord Lounge, McFord Beauty and Grooming. Mm-hmm. And we have the McFord Grocery. Okay. And we have the McFord Microfinance. Wow. And then we have the McFord Studio, where people come in to record music. And just so we can then come back home and give back to the society what God gave us in the United Kingdom. So we're now back home. Slowly, she will join me later.
Where can people come to fellowship with you? If anybody wants to come to church and be under your guidance and mentorship and you being the person's pastor, where is the church located?
The church is located at Kaswa Nyenyano.
Okay.
On the Nyenyano Road, on the stretch, there is a junction called Kasapa number 1.
Okay.
So immediately you get to Kasapa number 1, you turn left and the first left again, you see the church there, which is a story building.
Okay.
That is where we are located.
And the name of the church.
And the name
so
of
people
the,
don't miss it.
And the name of the church.
Because now there are a lot of churches who be one member will be sorry.
So the church is called Caris Praise Church.
Okay.
And we have one branch in Ghana and one in the United Kingdom. And it is where we love music. It is where we teach the authentic word of God. On Sundays, my members know, I always tell them that if you don't want to hear the truth,
don't come.
Come for prayer meetings on Friday. Don't come on Sunday, because we will tell you the truth. And I think I didn't mention more about my family. Maybe if I should talk a little bit about. So obviously, I have one wife. And I have 9 children.
Whoa.
But I mean, I say the 9 because some of my kids are adopted. And I don't want to differentiate to say, oh, I've got this number of biological children and this as adopted. So I see all of them as
your children.
As my children. Yeah. I live with some of them here in Ghana. If you come to my house, there's a lot of people. And back in the UK
you also
as
have
well.
Some there.
I mean,
United Nations.
Yes. Yes. So my first daughter is in medical school, studying she wants to be a heart surgeon.
Oh, beautiful.
And my second boy is also doing engineering.
Just like daddy.
Yes. And the rest are all, the youngest are 10.
Okay.
And the oldest, Leslie, is 20, who is in medical school. Yeah. So, and we are a wonderful family. We love ourselves. We have our ups and downs, but we have a wonderful family, and we are happy that God brought us together to be a family. So that is on the family side of things. That is how things are.
Then with the businesses, in case I want to come to the parlor, where do I locate?
It is located at the Kaswa East Legon. Millennium.
Which one?
Millennium City.
Kaswa Beverly Hills.
Kaswa Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Kaswa Beverly Hills. That's Millennium City.
Yes, that's correct. So on the Millennium Road, that stretch, just about 5 minutes away from the Pentecost Village Center.
Okay.
That is where we are located. It is more of a plaza.
Okay.
Which we built, which has the restaurant, the
in
parlor,
the
microfinance,
the microfinance.
Everything is in there.
So church members,
that is where I have tried my best my disassociating me home from that side of things. So obviously we books.
It's a process. So you have to go
so you have to go
and you have to make sure
criteria.
You pay.
And you have to make sure you pay. Because if you don't pay, we'll come after you.
It do have papa and your it's business.
Yes.
Wow. It's really amazing knowing that after everything that happened, you understood the calling and you knew it was just a route for God to show himself. So I believe all of the things we go through are a test to our glory.
That's right.
And I just love how you accepted it, not just on your side, but also worked and built in faith through your wife's process to make sure that the glory of God manifested. God bless you.
God bless you too.
You see, 8 February is not a bad date at all. It can't be. It can't be. If you're born on 8 February, you are special. Because that date produces men of God, prophets, spirit-filled.
That is true. I mean, one question that I kept asking myself is, but if you don't want to go through so people can see the glory of God, who should?
Who should?
The Samaritan woman. You remember when she came to Jesus and Jesus gave mysteries of her life to her. She ran back to the village and told the people that, I've seen a man who is a prophet. Yeah. They all ran to Jesus because of what the woman said. But after their encounter with Jesus, they told the woman that, now we don't believe again because of what you have told us. But now we believe because we've come to experience him for ourselves.
Yeah.
So at times it's very important to have that experience, that testimony, that challenge with God. Just allow him to make a mess out of you, and out of that he will give you a message.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I'm glad and I'm thankful to God that he chose my family to go through this and give us a testimony which will encourage others. We were in Takwa recently, and I shared this testimony. And the lady who was not in church but was watching on social media, on Facebook, texted the pastor, and the pastor sent it to me that the lady said she tapped into what you were saying, and she was bleeding. And whilst you were preaching, she was crying, and the bleeding stopped. So out of our mess, God can touch some people.
It's true.
This generation is very stubborn that at times just going to tell them God loves you, it doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Sometimes what they need, they should see an
There
authentic
should be
miracle.
a shaking.
Yeah. I mean, an authentic one for them to say, Charlie, this God is doing it for this man.
Exactly.
And he can do it for me as well. So thank you to Jesus.
Amen. In case anyone wants to get in touch with you, is there a phone number?
They can look out for our details on Facebook, Caris Praise Church Ghana.
Okay.
And they will get all the details. And
all the
whom to
numbers
contact.
they
Yes,
can
please.
reach you on.
Yes.
All right, man of God, thank you. But before I let go of you, it's time for you to pick a card from High Sense. Then we'll see what you take home. We know you have everything, but it's New Year, so you will be blessing someone with a present. So kindly pick a card and let's see what you bless someone with.
My wife's date of birth is the 6th of June.
Okay.
So I'll pick
really?
1, yes.
I see.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll pick the 6th one.
Okay. Thank you for coming. You take home a gas burner.
Hey, merci. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Wow. So this is what number 6 got you.
Wow.
We have a restaurant, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yes. This come in handy. And Amcon is also from the High Sense family.
Wow.
So every time you see Amcon, you should know it's coming from High Sense.
Wow.
So thank you very much
Thank
for
you
coming.
very much.
Right. A very big thank you to our sponsors, High Sense Everyday Prizes for everyday people, Yas Washing Powder and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, to Stanners located on the Boundary Road, East Legon, ABS Lax Lines, the Souza Catering Services, and France Photography. Very big thank you to Tinaj Beauty for always ensuring my guests and I are looking our best on this show. So if you still have doubts, testimonies like these should lift up your faith. I always say there is always a bright light at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what the doctors are saying. If it's in God's plan, it will surely manifest. Always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. We'll see you next week.